I happen to be in the minority that I don't like Metal Slug games. I don't like how you can't shoot at an angle, and I find the basic gameplay very repetitious with nothing to break up the monotony. But I am the Game Collector, and this is Second Opinion Games, and today we do our review of CT, Special Forces 2, Back in the Trenches.
Second Opinion Games.
The Special Forces series often finds itself misclassified as a Metal Slug clone. Well, it does have some side-scrolling parts, you can enter some tanks, and it does have awesome hand-drawn graphics. But that's really where the similarities end, because this game is crazy awesome. For example, when you start the game, you have an overhead shooter section where you have to protect a convoy of trucks. You're in a helicopter, constantly moving back and forth, firing missiles at ground targets, protecting your trucks, and taking out helicopters with your straightforward shot. And it's a very competent overhead level at that. Quite fun to play, and it doesn't outstay its welcome. It's over before you know it, and you're right into the game. Then the game does shift to a Metal Slug style, side-scrolling shooter with beautiful hand-drawn artwork, and this time you could shoot at an angle. If people get in close, you switch to the knife automatically. You could also get a flamethrower, rocket launcher, your machine gun. They all have limited ammo, and your regular gun is infinite, but you have to keep tapping that buttons. Then you jump in a tank and take out more people, firing pretty much non-stop until you come to a spot where you have to get out and keep moving. Goes right back to the side-scrolling game, and you fighting your way through as many people as you can mow down, working your way up to the top of the building, where then all of a sudden it switches again to a crazy parachute mode where you have to dive off the building and get your timing just right to deploy your parachute to hover down to safety. Holy crap! That's a lot going on for a Metal Slug clone. Oh, but it's not over yet. When you reach your point, then all of a sudden you're sniping people to save some hostages. And right back to the side-scrolling stage when you're done sniping, just to fight a boss in a helicopter. Pretty freaking awesome. And by the way, guys, that was only the first level of the game. If you thought the game was out of tricks at this point, no, it still has plenty in store for you. You could be riding on the back of a truck shooting enemies, or planting C4 around a base to take it out, or be stuck inside of a base with giving a 5-minute time limit to take out a bunch of C4 that's around you in order to survive. That's pretty crazy. Later on, you could take out some toxic waste canisters, and even play a choplifter level, which is worth the price of admission just for this. Heck, there's even a couple choplifter levels, and they're all extremely fun to play. Lots of different boss battles to play throughout the game, and different environments between the jungles or Siberia. Holy cow, does this game ever have a lot to throw at you, and no levels are too long or feeling too monotonous. I think this is a very huge departure from Metal Slug here. Also, the game does have 2-player support, so if you have 2 Game Boy Advances, a link cable, and 2 copies of this game, you could do 2-player co-op as well, which is, again, awesome. However, here's the downside, guys. This game never came out in America. It pretty much just stayed in Europe, which means if you want a copy, you're gonna have to import it. The Game Boy Advance player is import friendly though, so you have that going on your side. It does play European imports, but not Japanese ones. Just keep that in mind. However, your Game Boy does play from all regions. So if you don't want to play on the Game Boy Advance player, stick with the Game Boy itself. And it's mighty serviceable. Overall, although the art style is a lot like Metal Slug, the gameplay is varied and extremely awesome at that. You will always have a good time with this game, And if you reach a stage that's just a little too hard for you, set it down and come back to it. Heck, even the game over scream is pretty epic. But that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching. If you like this review, please subscribe. I try and do a lot of imports, and I have a ton of games here in the game realm. I'm also working my way through every single Atari Jaguar game, and I'm mostly done. So if you even have a passing fancy in that system, check them out. There's a lot more good games for that system than you probably remember or ever even knew about. So, thanks again, guys.